All right, class. How you doing? Okay, so what we have here, I was on the bridge again. This is what we were working on earlier today in class, and now I'm going to what am I looking at? Animation. Okay, this is where I'm supposed to be at. All right. Looking for my. Where did I save my character at? Alright, well, I won't do it that way. I'll do it this way. File, open as recent. That's the boards for him. There he is. Okay, so we have our story of Teddy Bear and Uba. And the script I wrote had Teddy Bear sitting in his house watching television, reality TV. And, oops, what did I do? Okay. Anyway, he was watching reality TV, and, okay, so this right here was, don't worry about that. That was something where I was telling you, if you're going to do stick figures on the presentation boards, make the stick figures really detailed. On the production boards, they can be simpler as long as they're actually clearly showing the action. Okay. Anyway, all right. So here we are. So we're on. Get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. We're on scene 4. So in this one, he's sitting there, and his sister is going to walk past and tell him. Let me open up the other. I have to open up the other one where I was working on. I had the. I think this one. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I just did last. So I had the other frame here because this is the one where his sister's going to walk past. So I'm going to go ahead and close this one, and we're going to use this one and make this one a big one now, because this is going to be, I already drew the thumbnail, so why do it again? Edit, copy, edit, paste, grab it and put it here. I'm going to edit, free transform it, press shift, fit it in our panel. That's pretty close. Alright, so of course it's blurry because it was a thumbnail. So now, just like we did before, we're just going to go ahead and clean it up. So this will be panel 3. So, here we go. Got my brush. So Teddy is sitting here watching reality TV. And because I don't know, that's what teddy bears do. So yes, I don't know. So Teddy is sitting here watching. This was his cup with the straw that we had in his hand. And I do determined that his paws would look like that. And he's a chubby stuffed bear. So okay. So, like I said, don't freak out if your storyboards don't look like mine. I've been doing this for a long time, so technically mine aren't even that great, but they get the job done. So, all right. So, just the only way to get better at any of this stuff is to put the time in and just work. So, I just actually just spent money buying a bunch of training courses for some 3D software that I use, and just to get better at it. It's like I bought 2 whole courses, and it's like and I got so much stuff I'm currently working at. It's like, I actually question myself. I'm like, do I have time for this? Like, well, you know what? I'm going to make the time because this is the only way I'm going to get better at what I do. So this is the TV. I don't know whatever the back of the TV looks like. It's got enough boxes. I'm sure that'll get the point across. And there was a coffee table here. The only thing about recording for you guys when I'm doing this is I can't listen to music, which is a bummer because music really does help you get the work done better. I think there was some buttons on this controller or something. All right. So anyway, so then there's that. This will be the darkest because it's in the front. In the back, we had a chair. And at the table. Why is this important? Because in a little bit, when I know because I wrote the script. So, and you would read through the script too, so you would, as a storyboard artist, you would know what was going to happen too. It's not like you're watching this for the first time. So I know I'm pre-planning this chair is going to be later important because it's going to be part of the, and so is this table because he's going to hide under this table when the monster comes into the house. So this table is important to establish back there in the background. Okay. And as you notice, I'm not doing formal. I'm not doing any real formal. What do you call it? Perspective here. I'm eyeballing my perspective, so it's not always right, but it's like these stairs are terrible, but it's getting the job done enough to get the point across. Okay. So, and I'll just put I don't think there was I think my original stairs was just square, but I'll make it a little ornate. I'll upscale Teddy's house a little bit. Okay. Okay, then this was, and maybe there was a picture back here on the wall. Because you have family pictures or something. Makes it look a little more like a real place. Alright, and then the table. And then this was the kitchen back here, so the kitchen. Whatever kitchen stuff is in kitchens, I don't know. Think about everything's in your kitchen. My kitchen, there'd be quite a bit of stuff. There's a sink over here, possibly, or something, I don't know. And maybe there's cupboards up here. And that's the, oops, I guess the wall. There, should come out. There you go. I don't know what's back here. Maybe a washer and dryer or something. I don't know. All right, so, oops, got the legs. Table legs. Like I said, this table does come in play later, so. And it's not that pretty, but I'm just doing it rough. Pretty quick killy here. All right, so that's the room. So now, the scene where the sister walks through. So for economies, I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit. I know this is an animated storyboard, so I have to literally make things happen. But there's not a lot of action going on here, so I'm just going to put his sister in here. Make one more layer to put the sister. I haven't figured out what this is. I've never drawn the sister. She's walking past. I'll do the Pac-Man thing where she's got a bow on her head. And she has eyelashes, I guess. Like I said, I've never drawn her yet, so I actually didn't establish what she looks like. But I'm just gonna go with what he looks like, and then a girl version of him. Okay, so she's walking past, and this is where she says to him, so you're going to contribute to society today? So I guess the only difference between boy teddy bears and girl teddy bears is the bow. Maybe they have kind of a thumb. I don't want to put an apron type thing on her because I think that would be kind of sexist, so let's not do that. Because I could have put a bow, but that's just the stitching for the arm. Because remember, they're all teddy bears. They have stitching, so that's not an apron thing. I don't want to make that an apron. So I'm kind of gonna give them each a thumb. Kind of comes off their hand a little bit, so they can hold stuff. All right. So that's where the sister says, "You're gonna do something today." He's ignoring her. He's just watching the show. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and where she's at, because I drew it in a separate scene, and make it a little easier for me. So just kind of clean up where behind her. Alright. And then close that one. Alright, and that was the layout layer. I like the layout layer a little bit there, but I'm going to have to get rid of it. But I like, I'm going to reproduce that anyway in a minute. And then her layer, she's right there. I just got to clean her up a little bit. And since I did not make a sketch layer for her, I just got to clean this one up. Oops. Okay. just erase. And I'll clean her up a little bit. Lines under her are causing problems there. I missed those lines. Okay. Back to her. And this is just the storyboard, so what I'm gonna do is the way I'm gonna probably animate this is I'll probably make these all into puppets and animate them that way, and then there'll be some. So usually what I do is I'll make puppets and I'll combine it with puppets and frame by frame. So that's what I'll be doing for this. Alright, so she's there, and she's looks pretty good. So then I'm gonna that's his sister. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to use the gray now. Okay. And I'm going to put the gray layer under everything else. So he's going to be gray, of course. And then obviously the TV is going to be the darkest gray because it's the closest to us. So the darker it gets, the more closer it feels. Because I need it to be. In fact, I might even make it a little bit darker. Okay, and then the coffee table remote. Okay, and the couch arms. Cushions. Couch cushions. Oops, too dark. I pushed too hard on it. Did not mean to do that. Floors down there and the coffee table legs and the back of the couch. So, um, yeah. So kind of just a shadow here, and obviously he's going to be. So he's there. Yeah, I gotta make him a little bit darker because the background stuff will be super light if I don't make him a little bit darker. So because he's pretty close to the front. This is gotta be. I may even darken up the. I may even darken up the amount of gray I have, just to really. Okay. All right. So, because by the time you get back here, it'll be super light. It'll be really light stuff. So, the kitchen. Counters. Cabinets. The wall of the kitchen. Door really light back in that space thing here. The floor, and I'm purposely doing those lines in a certain direction because even if you don't realize it, it still pulls your eye that way. So it appears to be, it causes your eye to look that way for depth. Okay. And then I have to put her as the shadows, just like it would be. The shadows will add the three-dimensionality to it. So I think that works. And she's talking back there to him. But he obviously does not care. And then the banisters. The picture on the wall. I really lightly just kind of do the. Maybe there's a carpet here. Now, if I put a carpet there, I'm going to have to remember that's there later because we will see that area again. Okay, so yeah. So, I'm just going to darken this up a little bit. Cause a little bit of I don't remember if I made his belly darker before or not. I don't know if it was lighter or darker, but I'll make the little pads on his feet also a little bit color change. Okay. So that's where his sister is saying something smart to him. Hope you're going to contribute to society today. He's like, yeah, whatever. He doesn't care. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go one step darker and put some cord on the back of the TV set. Why? Because it'll just add to the fact that this is a TV. It's a cable. There. So it kind of adds to it. Maybe I'll even put a little bit of because it's metal, a little sheen on there. Brighten up his eyes a little bit. That's metallic in the kitchen. Maybe this is whatever that is. Alright, so I think that works. But I got a little bit of, I don't want that to be necessarily. Okay, I think that gets the point across. Yeah, he just doesn't care. Alright, he's watching his reality show. And alright, so that's it. So I think that works. So that would be the next scene, and where the sister has come by and talked to him, so saying something to him. So for this scene, since I have it in about 3 different parts here, yes, I'm going to combine all 3 of these together. Shift. And since they're all just regular layers, I don't have to make them smart layer or anything. I'm just going to go ahead and merge it into one. And then I'm going to copy it, edit, copy, take it back to our storyboard, edit, paste, and we'll put it in place. All right. Edit, pre-transform, shift, and we'll fit it into our frame. Okay, that'll work. All right, perfect. So we got our frame number 4. Okay, frame 4. So I'm pretty sure that I think that's easy to understand. So we see the teddy bear village. Zoom in on the teddy bear house. Inside, we see the teddy bear, him sitting, see Joe sitting there watching reality TV. And then, now, the reason you know this is the same guy, and I did this on purpose, so I just want you to see something. So the reason you know it's the same guy is because this controller and this cup. Well, obviously it's the teddy bear, but the cup and the controller. The cup, controller. those things are important because they are little landmarks for the viewer to know that this is obviously the same teddy bear from a different angle. Okay. All right. So the bag of chips you can't see because it's behind the screen right now of the teddy bear. All right. So, all right. Okay. So, and then like this was a rug, so this rug, I have to make sure this rug is in here later too. So, since I put it there. All right. So that works. So the landmarks are there. The landmarks being that you wouldn't think something so simple has now become that much more important. But that controller and that drink cup makes it clear that this is the same guy. Okay. Now the sister walks by and says, "Oh, you getting a trip to society today?" Okay. Now, the next shot is where she goes out the door. So I'm thinking that what we're going to do is we're going to do this shot where we're looking from this way, and she goes, so we see she goes to the door. Now the reason I'm doing this is because that same shot will be then recycled later when the knocks on the door for the monster. She's going to leave. He's going to be like, he's going to hear the boom and the boom on the door. So, in my script, I had the boom on the door, and then he went over there and he said, "Hey, Mom, did you run into the garage again?" But I think what he's going to say is this time, "Did you forget your keys again, sis?" Or something. I think I'll change the dialogue a little bit. Because that would make more sense. Because we just saw her. We didn't see the mom. Sorry. I'm eating peanuts. I'm talking to you. Planters. We didn't introduce the mom yet. So, we did introduce the sister. So, I think we're just going to tie in with the sister. So, the next shot, I'm going to thumbnail it in the next stream. But it's going to be him over his shoulder. You're kind of going to be looking at him from... I'm pointing with my finger and you can't see where my finger's pointing. But she is going... Oh, wait. I actually got to put her arrows in there. I almost forgot. She is moving this way. Actually, and the good thing about the fact that I put that on another level is because I can move it. There you go. And I could make it white. Barely shows up. Oops. The white actually hid part of the arrow there. In fact, I'll have it be that she kind of curved into the room. She's going through the room. And because I like this facial expression so much where she's talking, I'm going to kind of just erase it a little bit so that it doesn't cover up the part where she's talking. I just like that facial. That face came out so good as far as her expression. So, all right, so there we go. So she has entered the room. And she is going kind of just a little bit of a curve on the arrow. So he's moving through the area. Okay. Alright. So, there we go. Alright, she is walking past. So the next scene will be him sitting there and she is leaving the door. Alright. Okay. Now, because this is an animated, if it was just an actor, I just say they exit and I can show the shot. But because it's animated, I kind of got to show them going through the door. So, I'll do that. Alright, so let's go, let's save what I did. Alright, so let's go back to this one. Alright, so we don't need this shot anymore. And this was the one. This was the rough of that. We really don't need that. We'll just get rid of that one 100%. We have it right there anyway. What was this one? Oh, this was that one. Okay, we don't need that one right now. This was that white strip that I was drawing with thumbnails. Okay. Alright, so let's draw the thumbnails. I'm just going to label what this is so I know what it is. This is actually going to be... Let's just... So I know it's the white strip. And this was... 4. And this was panel 3. Just so I know what those are. If later I go, and I can put those in a folder. So every time I finish one, I'll just throw it in here. And then if I need it, for some reason, I have it. Which is always a good thing. Alright, so let's go back over here to the thumbnails. Let's take our... oops, I gotta deselect that. Let's take our little box thing here and make a thumbnail with it. And I'm going to edit. Stroke it, and then I'm going to move it. Oops, whatever. Alright, I guess I gotta cut it out again if I want to move. I know it's weird, but I just want to move it over. That's so strange of me, but... And then I'm going to edit, copy it, edit, paste it, and then I'm going to make another, just to save making more of them in a minute. Maybe I need more than one. I will eventually, but for right now I'll just put there. Okay. Alright, fine. But I'm going to put it back on that same level, so... There you go. So all the thumbnails are right there. That's good. All right. So let's make a thumbnail of that scene I'm talking about. So I'm actually going to use the one I did a minute ago, just because I want to look at it as a reference. So this one, I have it here, but I'm doing the thumbnail over here. I just want to use this as a reference picture. So, all right. So the reference picture is now going to be basically... Actually, I have even a better idea. Watch this. This is Trixie, I think. I think it's Trixie. Not for sure. Edit, copy, edit, paste. I'm going to move it. Right? And then I'm going to edit, flip horizontal, So see, it's the opposite, but I'm just gonna change the background. See that? That's where I was saying it was tricksy, because now I've got the, I don't have to redraw the bear. I'm just gonna redraw the background. And the bear's gotta be flipped though, because his cup and his arm would be flipped around, so. To do that, I probably could still. Let's try this. Edit, cut, edit, paste in place, edit, flip horizontal. Ooh. But I think it'll still work. More or less. Yeah, close enough. I just gotta move that arm. Okay, put it way over here. Okay. Alright. So, now, I can just draw it in here. He's still got the cup. And he's still got his arm on the back of the sofa. At least I had a kind of a guide there. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't worth it. There. There. Merge down. Merge down. Okay. Oops. I'm just painting white in here instead of erasing, because if I erase it, it may erase the background. Alright, so that put me, at least it kept, I didn't have to redraw the couch. Alright, so now I got to figure out, so if she walks over here, so the table would be, oops, I got our white. The table would be back here. That we saw it already, and the chair here, right? We're just looking at this from a different angle, same shot, different angle. Okay, and this couch is gonna be. We're seeing the other side of the TV set now, and the coffee table's here. Now we're gonna see the bag of chips. Remember the bag of chips? Let's say fluff on them. They're going to be laying here instead of the controller. And now we're going to see his. Okay. And now the table's there. The chair. The stairs. We'll have to match the number of stairs up, because I don't know how many you could see before. Okay, so then that's the stair. You won't be able to see the stairs now because of the angle. But and then the carpet. Remember I said there was put a carpet there. I remember it's there. The carpet, and then the front of the house, and then this is the door that she has went through. So I made the carpet too high. The carpet's got to go. The carpet will be down here. Carpet would be like this. Okay, carpet, and then that's the front door. So you may even see, if I want to show her leaving that front door, I may have to make this like slightly smaller, so I can get more of the front door in there and see her going out the front door. So we're establishing that she has left. She's leaving. I'm trying to remember. In my house, the door opens in. On Simpsons, the door opens in. So for the door to open in, it has to do this. Oh yeah, maybe we can see the picture on the picture that's on the wall now too. So this scene will have to be slightly smaller because it's got to fit in this over here. We don't know what's on this wall, but there was a window. If you look at the outside of the house, there was a front window here. So we're gonna have a front window here, but it's gonna have curtains on it because I'm assuming that it would. So okay, and there'll be a table here. I don't know. Who knows what's on it? But it's a little table, and then the wall. So the table legs would have to come down here like that. So, and then the ceiling of the room would be up here, and then the corner of the room would be here. Okay, so there you go. So yeah. All right. So now we've established, and then this shot. This door can be shut then, and then the next shot, he hears the boom, and he's just gonna be like, he's gonna get up and go over towards the door. So that'll be the shot right there. It's a little bit funny of an angle right now, so I'm gonna have to make everything a little bit different. So we'll see. Let's work it out here. So this is that shot. We got it. Okay. And I'm going to make this shot up here invisible again. We don't need it. And then this one, I'm going to just duplicate the layer. And just bring it over here. Oops. What am I doing? That's funny. What was that? I was grabbing the wrong thing. It's what I'm going to do, but I was grabbing the wrong thing. Okay, there it is. That's what I meant to do. All right, so now this doesn't fit in the scene as well, so let's see what we can do with it. Let's edit, free transform it, hold the shift key, and see what we have to do to this shot to make it fit in the space. Since it's taller than it is wider, I'm going to have to just put in some more of the background, that's all. That's as wide as I can get this shot. Okay, so now I just got to fill in some of this background stuff. That's all. All right. So we're gonna see a little bit more of their house. So we'll see that there is a front window there. So this part of the window probably wouldn't be able to see. Okay, and this is obviously not gonna. This is nothing. This is a line that was edge. Get rid of that, and we get rid of this line too. Right, so this has to be a much wider shot of the house. That's all. So the stairs. We're just gonna keep going. So go upstairs. The table. See more of the table. And you know what? I think I'm gonna put a chair there. I don't remember if there was one in the other frame. Because she was walking through there, so maybe you couldn't see it if there was one. Okay. All right. Okay, it's probably a little off on perspective wise, but it's fine. And then there was a doorway here, remember? There was a door here. Okay. So that has to be in the shot. that led to the laundry room or something. Okay. Carpet, and then this would be a table right here with, I don't know, pictures on it or something. Family pictures or something. I don't know. Okay, so this is a table leg. Maybe there's a potted plant here too, just to make it seem more like a real house. Okay, and then another curtain. Right, another curtain. This is the window that we see from outside, and you can kind of see out there, but we don't. But we're not going to see too much out there yet because we don't want to spoil the surprise, right? The front door, the door handle, okay, and the door is open to the inside of the house. And there's a door frame. Okay, and there's a corner of the room. All right. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that's the top of the stairs. Ooh, too big of an eraser. What am I doing? Oh, that's why. It wasn't the eraser. It was the stamp tool. That's why it didn't work. Alright. What's going on over here? We'll just get rid of all that. Fix this. This was the part of the railing for the stairs. Okay. Okay. Top of the stairs was right there. Okay. All right. So, this is the floor right here. Leads to there, the stairway. And these were the chairs. Now this chair is definitely wrong. The angle is definitely wrong on this chair. I gotta fix this chair. There you go. Table leg. Okay. All right, so the chair. Chair. Okay. There's that rug that was on the floor. Remember I said it was going to be important. It's because it's one of those kind of things that let you know there's probably a light switch, like most houses would have a light switch as you come by the door. Okay. This is the corner of the wall. Alright. That picture that was on the wall was here. And what was it? We can see it was a family picture. Alright. It's a family picture on the wall. Okay. Alright. So, and then he's going to be sitting here watching TV. Watching reality TV while the world comes to an end outside, but he doesn't know it. Not even fazed. Not even fazed. He just doesn't care. Stitching for his... I don't like that line. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so where was I? Oh, yeah. Alright, so she just left. And he's watching his reality TV. And this is the bag of... fluff. What was it called? I think it was called fluff. Alright, and then this is the television, the flat screen TV, and it had a square here, and I put another one in here, and I put these little air vents on it. And I think the other side had the cable connector cord coming out of it. So I won't put that in there. I don't know, but I put an extra one too many boxes here. I don't want it to seem like it's not the same TV. I don't think this line was here before. Yeah. All right. I want it to be very clear that that is the same TV set. Because, you know, we do have our bag of chips there, but just in case the casual observer wasn't paying attention and didn't catch the bag of chips there before. Okay. Alright, so there's that. And then his sister is going out the door. She's got the bow. And that bow will help us recognize that that's who that was. Leaving. And their teddy bear leg or tail, whatever it is. Alright. And so, however teddy bears walk, I don't know. We're gonna figure that. We're gonna establish that in a little while, but for right now, that's the way it's gonna look. All right, and there's a door frame on the door. I don't know, just always is. And this was the door. Maybe their design on the door. I don't know. We'll have to make sure. If we put a knocker here, we have to make sure that it's represented later again. All right. And oops. The line went the wrong way. Okay, that's the threshold for the door. The door frame threshold with the floor, and there is an edging on this molding that I had established that was there earlier from on the other wall over here. Yep, so it's still there. Oh, it's got to be on this wall too. Okay, everything you can to make sure that things seem to be. And I don't think the other steps I did this, but stairs usually have this kind of thing going on them. Okay, all right. So pretty clearly, I should. You would think that they would have a picture here on this wall, so I'll have to go back and retro put it in and what it is. Home, sweet home. Okay, it's hanging up on a nail. All right, so that's there. So yeah, all right. So that's the table. So yeah, so we definitely established this. This is the, and the reason this is important that we establish that is because later, when the monster comes in, we're going to show this. We're going to use this same shot again. Okay. Curtains hang down. Curtain rod. And okay. Okay, just go through here and clean up the scene. The crime scene. It's not a crime scene yet. Oh, it will be. It will be. Alright, so we haven't even got to any of the action yet. We're just still doing the shots where he hasn't even gotten off of the couch yet. Alright, so there's the house. I think that's pretty clear that's. Don't think will be much of a confusion if that's the same house. about to go in and put in my details here, or my gray. Just make these chairs a little bit better. Okay. All right. Okay, so we've got the house, and we've got him on the couch. So I know I'm going to put gray on him anyway, but I'm just going to clean him up a little bit before I put the gray on. That way it's a little more controlled of what I want. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. Alright. Okay, the front door, carpet, and alright, oops. Took her stitching off there. And her bow has got to be very important that we know that that's her bow. Okay. Alright. Edge of the door. Door frame. Doorknob. Okay. Alright. Let's put in the gray. Oops. Gotta put the curtain line there for that curtain. Alright. And I don't know what's in these pictures. Something. Stuff. It's family pictures. Alright. This was the plant. The potted plant. Okay. There's another picture frame here. Alright, so let me grab my 80% gray. Yeah, it's all on the same panel. Look at that. Alright, so let's start with the darkest thing. Oh, I know what I did. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Okay, so here is the problem. Because, well, I don't know. Let's see if this is a problem or not. Oh, not too bad. Oh, that's good. I'll go in now and just erase the white now that I put in there. I was going to say, because I want to paint under it, and I thought maybe it was all one solid level. So when I painted it with white, I should have just used the eraser. Okay, that'll work. So now I'm going to make a gray layer under this one, under the line layer. And I'll bring back my white, by the way. Okay. And now the layer under here will be my gray layer, my gray painting layer. That way I can paint under here and still keep my lines. See that? That's what I was worried about. I thought I did it all on one level, and then all I had was I would have to basically then color within the lines. This way, I don't have to worry about color with the lines. I can move much faster. Okay. So, this is the darkest spot in the picture, but I want to just start with that and then go with, you know what I mean? Then go darker as we go. I don't want to start out super dark. I'll darken it up as I, like, if I find I got too dark in one spot, I can always make that darker. So just like before, I just gotta basically use the use the gray to create some kind of a volume and a depth to the. I think in my initial design, I'm pretty sure his belly was lighter than his body, but it's okay for the storyboards. It's as long as there's some type of difference in there, you know what I mean? So. Okay, so our bag of chips is shiny, so it's quite evident there. Alright, and the edge of the couch. Okay. Alright, so see the way I used just a little bit of gray to kind of really adds a lot. Just a little bit of change in the lighting adds some depth to it, and it's not even really that dark yet. This is the darkest thing so far. So, all right, and the chairs. Once again, these chairs and table are all going to play a part in the next couple frames when the monster does come in the house. So I got to put this picture I didn't have in the other ones. I got to make sure that it's represented in the earlier frames. It's just like alright, so I don't know if any of you ever been on a live movie set. I have. And actually I've been on movie sets and television set. Anyway, point of this story is not that I'm not trying to brag or nothing. The point of it is that when you're on a set, one of the things that's very important between shots is to make sure that nothing has been moved. Okay, so things are kind of key. There's the shadow. The door is creating it open. It would be like this, right? Yeah, there's the light from the shot. Anyway, so part of the important thing is from shot to shot, because they often, things are shot in sequentially or even if they're sequentially, and there's a pause between the frames or whatever, this is live action sets, so the things have to be in the same place when the camera starts rolling again, or it will be noticeable. Okay, well, so you're like, well, how does that apply to animation? Because that's really, I'm teaching you storyboarding, and it's a little bit about live action and animation, but the storyboard parting anyway. But the reason that applies to animation as well is because it would be very noticeable if something disappeared from the frame in the animation, and it would be. You wouldn't realize it, but you totally notice it. So anyway, so what I'm saying to you is, just like in a live production, in your animation, if you've got something in one frame, unless you unpurposely blew it up, or because it's a cartoon, because it's animation, anything can happen. You unpurposely blew it up, it flew away, or it disappeared through magic, or materialized somewhere else in another plane of existence or something, whatever, then it definitely got to make sure that it's there for the next frame. So what you have to do is you have to just make sure that you pay attention to everything. Make sure you pay attention to everything in your background. to keep your shot continuity. Alright. Whew. Lots of gray, huh? Alright, so now we can get a little bit darker with the TV. Because it's right there. Okay. And some of this can be a little bit darker too. Because it's closer up to where we're at. I think it just adds a little bit something to it. His shadow would be a little bit, the TV would be casting light, so make a shadow, but his arm is a little bit away from it, so. Okay, I think that works. Alright, and we can just throw a couple little extra shadows in different places. And we want her to be noticed that she's leaving, so she has shadows on her too. And actually she would be a little bit backlit because I'm assuming outside would be much brighter than. Okay, but backlighting is a whole other thing. So I don't know what's going on outside of this door, but we'll just go there. Okay. Alright, and like I said, and then this is a little bit darker here because the table would be causing a shadow. The plant. The curtains. Okay. Alright. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece because it is just a storyboard. Okay. Now, if I was, this is one of my pitch boards, I'd probably spend a little more time on it and make it even nicer. But it's not, it's just a production board. So it doesn't have to be that great. Brighten his eyes up a little bit. Alright. Alright, so a little bit of, and then I put a little bit of white on his soda cup there. And a little bit of highlights on this bag again. Alright, and then maybe even a little bit of shininess on the here for I don't know what reason, but alright, that works. And I think I'll even go in and I'll make this really bright out here because it's daylight. It's outside. So really pump up the brightness out there. Okay, something. Oh, that's what's up. This layer. That's why I was like, what am I fighting some of this stuff? Some of the shading here. There's no reason to. I couldn't figure out why. So I'm actually painting white, and I'm like, why is no white on? Because I want this to be really bright out here, so that her bow is really shining too. It's really, this is outside. It's really bright, and it's going to cost. Also, it would be making a shadow for her going outside. Because she's going out the bright door. Okay. Cool. Alright. Get that nailed down. Alright, guys. I think that'll work for that frame. So, yeah. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I am not happy with this table, but it will do. It will do, donkey. It'll do. All right. Okay. So. All right. So there we go. So, yep, that works. So let me go ahead and collapse this layer down onto that one. And I'm going to cut it out and save it. Edit, copy. I'm also gonna put it up here in inside this folder. Yeah. I don't think it went in the folder. There, now it is. Okay. So it's in the folder. Alright, I'm going to reuse that shot, like I said, in a minute, but right now I don't know. So let's deselect that screen. Let's go back to our storyboards. Oops. Edit, paste, and edit, free transform. All right, let's put it in its panel here. There we go. And that will be on frame number 5. Frame 5. Okay, so far we have our he's a little lighter there, but that's okay. But this is darker, so but it's fine. It works. We know it's the same bear. Okay, I don't think there's any question that's the same bear. All right, so yeah. So she went out the door. Now we can, on this level, we can go to our arrows. Since I put them on a separate level, and the door could swing open. So we're showing that the door swung open, and she went out. Oh, I see why. Okay. Guess my arrow's got to be on top. And she went out the door. Grab the white here. A little bit of white on the edges of my arrows to help them stand out. They don't have to be completely white, but just a little bit. Just so they stand out. So the door opens up and she goes out. Okay. That works. All right, here you see use the white to show that she went with. And there was a picture on that wall. That's what I said I needed to put. So let's go back to that frame, which was what? That's 2. This is actually going to be panel 5. Make sure you label these, it's important. All right, panel 5, panel 1. So panel 1 should be above 2. 3 should be below 2. Why do we not have a 4? Okay. Arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. This is because it says layer. Panel 4. Okay, so panel 4 goes below 3, but above 5. Okay, cool. All right, so so panel 4, I need to put that picture in there, which I don't have here, so not a big thing, but it's just a little thing because it'll show up later again then. So all right, there, it's there because it's also on the stairs. And I'm also going to put those things on the stairs, those little things. Okay. That's fine. All right, so the stairs look slouchy here, but that's okay. It's a cartoon teddy bear house. That's fine. All right. So yeah. All right. So she's walking through, and then now we've got 6. So now in the script, it calls for what? Well, in the script, it calls for the door to be shut, and he hears a boom. Okay. So, therefore, I say, and let's go back here. Let's open back up panel. We can reuse panel 4. It's the same shot. Okay. Oh, not 4. I'm sorry. Panel 5. Yeah, we can reuse panel 5. Let's call it what it is. Panel 5, so we know. So panel 5, we're going to copy it. Duplicate layer. We're going to call it panel 6. Panel 6. And then we're going to work on it. So we're going to close off 5. So panel 6, we just got to shut this door. That's the only difference. So she's gone. So she's gone. She left. She's not here no more. Don't ask me why I'm talking like that. I have no idea. She's just gone. She's not here anymore. Alright. She has left the building. Okay. And I actually don't want to get the door edge in it. I want the door edge to stay there. I'm just trying to get rid of this. And I got rid of this actual door. So the door has to go too. She left and took the door with her. Alright, so let's go ahead and edit fill with white. There you go. So now that will become, and let's just go ahead and deselect it and get the brush out, and then we got to put the other. Now it's going to be closed door. The door handle is going to be there, and then remember I told you if we put a design on the door, but the door knocker is on the outside of the door, not on the inside, but it still has this panel design I put on the door. Okay, and then there's the edge of the door, and then there's the corner of the wall, and there's comes into there, and then there's just the edging on the door, and the door hinges, and the bottom of the door. Okay. And the shadow is gone. The shadow is gone. Right, and then we need to just kind of make this look like the other part of the wall. All traces of that door are now gone. So it just looks like it was closed the whole time. And put on the stripes on the wall, and then it's darker because it's a corner. Okay. Alright. So now, so for one beat of a panel, it's going to be nothing. And then we're going to see the same panel again because we're going to hear a boom. Okay, so for one beat, this is what we see. Just a closed door. Okay, and he's still watching TV. Now, we could make it interesting. He could actually have drank this cup. Maybe I will, just so I'm not being lazy. So let's put another panel over top of this. And in this panel, let's figure out how he's drinking this. He's got a straw, so oops. He's got a straw on it, so we already put the straw in place. There's the cup, and he's just going to be holding it over here, drinking out of it. And his arm is going to be like this instead. That works. Oops. Make this a little bit bigger. Just kind of blend that out. It looks pretty funny. It does look like he's drinking it. And I can put an arrow in on that when I get to the... That's pretty funny. And I just want this to be a small brush again. There you go. That's funny. He's just drinking out of the cup. All right. So for a beat, he just drinks out of his cup, and that is pedal. That is going to be layer words down. Panel 6. Yep, panel 6. Let's copy it. Edit. Copy. Go back here. Edit. Paste. Let's put it where it's supposed to be at. Let's edit. Free transform. Press Shift. Should fit right in there. I'm holding shift every time I move it so that it keeps it proportionally correct. There we go. All right. All right. So that's cracking me up. That is so funny. All right. So for a beat, I want nothing at all. It's just going to be just this. He's just chilling. Interior. Okay. They're all interior shots. So just for like just a beat, he's just going to sit there and okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to stop recording here. And I will finish up a little bit.